The whispers had followed Caitlin Clark long before she stepped onto a WNBA court. They called her overrated, a media darling propped up by hype, unable to hang with the league's heavyweights. On podcasts and interviews across social media, the shade was relentless. "This ain't the Big Ten. The pros will humble her quick." Even during games, opponents sent messages with their physicality. But Clark, unfazed, answered not with words but with buckets, her resolve forged in the fire of doubt. The disrespect wasn't new. It traced back to her college days where every move was scrutinized, every flaw magnified. Yet, in a preseason clash against the Atlanta Dream in 2025, one moment turned the narrative on its head, revealing not just Clark's grit but the Indiana Fever's collective fire. Started in a packed arena, the air thick with anticipation. Clark, the headline of every game, carried a target on her back. The Dream, led by the fearless Rhyne Howard, aimed to make a statement. Howard, the #1 pick and Rookie of the Year, was no ordinary foe. Long, skilled, and athletic, she played with a quiet intensity, her game speaking louder than any trash talk. Atlanta wanted to prove the Fever were just hype, and Clark was their focus. The game tipped off with Indiana striking first. Clark snatched a rebound and went coast to coast, slicing through Atlanta's defense for a tough layup. No celebration, just business. On the next possession, she came off a screen, her defender sagging, and drilled a deep three. The message was clear, she was locked in. Atlanta answered. Taina Paopao caught a handoff and drove hard, finishing through contact for an and one. The Dream needed that spark. But Indiana kept rolling. Clark, reading the floor, dropped a pinpoint over-the-top pass to Aaliyah Boston, who sealed her defender and powered in for another N1. The Fever played with rhythm, their ball movement crisp, their confidence palpable. The second quarter saw Clark sprint off a pin-down screen, catch, and bury another three like it was routine. Moments later, she broke her defender down with a slick handle, firing a no-look laser to Sophie Cunningham for an easy backdoor layup. Indiana's lead swelled to 26-16, their largest of the night. Atlanta fought back. Paopao rose for a clean three off a pick-and-roll. Then Howard, quiet until now, found her rhythm, drilling a catch-and-shoot three from the wing. But Clark didn't waver. She danced with the ball, hit her defender with crossovers, and stepped back for another three, holding the pose despite no foul call. The net barely moved. The Dream refused to fold. Brianna Jones found Kimbra cutting backdoor for a smooth layup. Paopao struck again, shaking her defender for a tough step-back three. But as the first half closed, one truth stood out. No matter how hard Atlanta punched, Clark had an answer. The second half opened with the same intensity. Clark flew off a pin-down, caught the ball in stride, and sliced into the paint for a scoop layup. On the next trip, she ran a textbook pick-and-roll, threading a pocket pass to Boston, who muscled through for another bucket. Kelsey Mitchell joined the fray, sizing up her defender with a quick hesitation before gliding in for a smooth finish. Indiana's backcourt was relentless, their execution surgical. Atlanta countered. Jones fought for position under the rim, scoring a tough falling layup through contact. She followed with another post bucket, using her left hand to finish in tight coverage. Howard reminded everyone of her star power, shaking loose for another deep three. But Indiana stayed aggressive. Mitchell fired a three after Cunningham's second-chance rebound kept the possession alive. Clark, ever the playmaker, grabbed a board and launched a full-court bullet pass to Dana Bonner in stride, igniting the crowd. Paopao answered with another three, but the Fever held firm, closing the third quarter up 63-57. Then came the moment that shifted everything. In the fourth, Rhyne Howard, the Dream's cornerstone, caught Clark with a hard hit to the face. It wasn't a basketball play, not a heat-of-the-moment foul. It was deliberate, a line in the sand. The arena tensed, fans stunned, teammates rushing in. Clark didn't flinch. She stood, adjusted her headband, and locked back in. What followed wasn't just a response, it was a statement. The fourth quarter belonged to Lexi Hull. Off a simple handoff, she curled, took one dribble, and pulled up for two. Next play, same motion, she drove through contact for a layup and the foul. Fired up, she chest bumped her teammates, her rhythm unstoppable. Another handoff, another layup. Then a pull-up jumper from the elbow, clean and precise. Atlanta had no answer for her relentless movement. Hull wasn't forcing shots, she was punishing a defense that couldn't keep up. The Dream made one last push. Haley Jones hit a corner three, narrowing the gap. But it was too late. Hull had shut the door. Final score, 81-76 Fever. Atlanta thought a hard hit would rattle Clark, break her focus. Instead, they lit a fire. Clark didn't just endure, she thrived, dropping buckets and dimes, her poise unshaken. Hull's takeover sealed it, a reminder that the Fever were more than one player. The Dream's message backfired, waking up an entire team. This wasn't just a preseason win, it was a declaration. Clark, battered but unbroken, had answered the doubters again, her game louder than their words. The hate wasn't new. In college, Clark faced it all, elbows in the paint, shoves to the floor, like when Kofi McMahon sent her sprawling after a rebound battle against Ohio State. Clark got up, adjusted her jersey, and kept playing. In the WNBA, it intensified. Kennedy Carter's blindsiding shoulder check last season, uncalled at the time, sparked debates about dirty play. Clark didn't engage, she just rose and scored. From college gyms to pro arenas, she's faced tests at every turn, each one met with the same quiet resilience. This night, Howard's hit was the boiling point, but Clark's response, calm, focused, lethal, proved why the hype wasn't hollow. She wasn't just surviving the league's physicality, she was dominating it. Atlanta walked away with more than a loss. They tried to send a message and got one back. The Fever, led by Clark's fire and Hull's surgical clothes, showed they belonged. Cameras, the pressure, the doubters, none of it fazed her. This was Caitlin Clark's game, her stage, her answer. What's your take on this clash? Did Atlanta cross a line, or is this just the WNBA's intensity? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's unpack it. This dive into the drama hit home, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that cut through the noise. Stay tuned, more fire's coming.